A better route. Chapter 119. Kiba couldn't be happier as he talked to his sister about her new little bundle of joy. I can't believe you're actually gonna have a baby. Do you guys have any ideas for a name? Hana nodded. Yeah, Kimichi. It could be either a boy or a girl's name, but I think it would be much cuter for a girl. Kiba agreed, it would sound better on a girl. So did you give any more thought as to what we're gonna do about the whole clan head situation? Hana had been thinking about it a little. The thing that makes this so hard is that we know neither of us can leave the person we're with. You love Mito too much and I love Itachi-kun too much. Kiba sighed, yeah, and there's no way in hell Itachi can give up being an Uchiha and Mito-chan can't leave the Senju. Someone else had picked up on the conversation. What about Mito leaving the Senju? Kiba jumped as it was Tsunade who'd asked, oh, we were just talking about who we were gonna have be clan heads since both my sister and I are with people who can't leave their clans. Tsunade suddenly remembered something. Oh yeah, I've been meaning to talk to you about that. Mito told me about your little conversation and I just want you to know that if she wants to give up the Senju name it's not really an issue. Kiba's jaw hit the floor. Wait, what? But the Senjus are like the Leaf's most historic clan. Tsunade shrugged, it's not like we have any more clan jutsus since my grandfather was the only one with wood reals and any other jutsu the Senjus used anyone can learn. Sure we've got some great medics but it's probably better we give all our medical knowledge to the entire hospital system. If Mito wishes to, she can leave the Senju. Kiba couldn't believe this, but what about the council? Tsunade cracked her knuckles, most of them won't care but those who do can take it up with me. Kiba went to shake Tsunade's hand. Thank you so much Lady Tsunade. Tsunade slapped his hand away and gave him a big hug. Don't be damn formal Kiba, you're basically my son-in-law. Call me Tsunade-chan. Kiba hugged her back. Alright, I've gotta talk to Mito. Thanks Agi-in-law. I mean Tsunade-chan. He found Mito over talking to Guy about her training and decided not to interrupt. So Guy-sensei, how many of the gates do you think I could learn to open in a month? Guy responded excitedly, Yash, I imagine we could have you opening almost all of them. Opening all of the gates isn't as hard as you'd think once you've learned how to open the first one, it's knowing when to activate them and how to use its power properly that's difficult. I prefer all of my students to have completely mastered the use of one gate before they move on to the next. That's why it takes so long to learn them. It's very stressful for the body to try and adjust to that much power at one time. So like I said, you could be able to open them all. However, you won't know how to use them effectively and might even get yourself hurt. Mito nodded, that's true, but you're overlooking a couple of things. First, I've been practicing hard with the Gukken and have improved quite a bit and two, my Sage mode allows me to act purely on instinct. My body would know what to do so that I wouldn't have to. Guy supposed that was true, good point, but there's still you getting used to the damage it would do to your muscles. Mito waved that off, Guy-sensei. Thanks to my mother's teachings I can heal my own body in an instant. I could probably open all of the gates and still keep myself alive. If I combine my jutsus and whatnot properly, then I could be unstoppable on the battlefield. Guy screamed, my word Mito you're right. Your youthfulness has amazed me once again. You may start training with Lee and I first thing tomorrow morning. Mito thanked him as Guy ran off to tell Lee the good news. Okay then Guy-sensei, thank you. Kiba saw that now was his chance. Hey Mito-chan. Can we talk for a second? Mito of course agreed, sure thing. What do you need? Kiba told her about the conversation he'd had with her mother and asked, so what do you think? If you still want to keep the Senju clan alive I'll understand and figure something else out for the Inuzukas. Mito was quiet for a while, which made Kiba nervous, but finally she said, yeah, that sounds good to me. Kiba breathed a sigh of relief, oh thank God, that makes things so much easier. Mito agreed with her mother, at this point, Senju is just a name. It'd be different if there was a real reason for me to stay but I can't think of a single one. The way I see it, it's way more important for the Inuzukas to get a good leader than it is for the some name just to live on. Kiba was a little surprised, thanks for being so okay with all of this. Mito didn't think it was a big deal, hey, you were gonna do it for me. The least I could do is be willing to do the same for you. Kiba gave her a quick kiss and over on the other side of the room Obito was talking with Itachi, Kakashi, and Sasuke, who seemed in strangely good mood. The Kage had something serious to talk to them about, so it's settled, tomorrow we'll implant your eyes into each other's head. Kakashi raised his hand, who's getting whose eyes? Obito had no idea. Rinchan said they had it all on some chart and then went into her medical talk. I'm not gonna lie, when she starts talking about that stuff I just kind of zone out. I haven't got a clue as to who's getting whose eyes, but I don't really see why it matters. Kakashi was just wondering. It doesn't, I was just curious. Obito continued on, so once we've got you all set up, I'm going to be training you harder than you've ever been trained. You see, with the war coming up we can't waste weapons like your eyes. I'll be training all three of you with the Susanoo, and Rinchan thought that maybe Kakashi could use my Kemui, but we're not sure. Kakashi really wanted to be able to do it. What do you mean you're not sure? Obito explained, well, my mutation may have been due to perfect genetic circumstances. It might have been passed on to you, but we really don't know. To be honest Kakashi, I'm not even sure if you'll ever be able to use Susanoo. You've been genetically modified so much back when you were with Mother that I have no idea what your Sharingan will do. Kakashi pretended to be hurt. Least I have would release. Olive laughed and asked Obito, anything else or can we get back to the party? Obito chuckled a little bit, just send Naruto my way please. Within a minute Naruto was in front of him. Oh come on, what do you need? They're playing my favorite song out there. Obito pulled a scroll out of his pocket. Then I guess you don't want the scroll I was gonna give you. Naruto's eyes lit up. Hee hee, of course I want it. I was just messing with you was all. Obito handed him the scroll. Of course you were. I think you'll be very pleased with its contents. Naruto opened the scroll and his hands started to shake. This is. Obito knew he was going to act like this. Yup, all of the notes left by Tobirama and your father on how to successfully use the yellow flash technique. Naruto grinned widely. This is amazing, I'm actually gonna learn how to use one of the most legendary jutsus of all time. Obito put a hand on his shoulder. Your father would want you to have it. I think that both he and Tobirama would be honored to have you use it. Naruto took a deep breath to calm himself down. Thank you so much, that means a lot to me. Obito asked him, so what about Hinata? Does she have any kind of big training planned for this month? Naruto was barely able to pull himself away from the scroll. You know the whole Twin Lion's Fists thing Hinata's been developing? Obito knew all about it. A lot of Hyugas hadn't liked her developing a new style, but she'd been having pretty good results with it so far. She was much better suited for it and several other Hyugas had found it as a better choice for them as well. Yes, what about it? Naruto wasn't sure how well he could explain all this. Well apparently she's making a bunch of new advancements in that, although I don't understand most it. She's been adding a ton to that and to the 8 trigrams 64 palm grid thing she made a while back. Obito liked the sound of that. Good, the Hyugas really need to have more variations in their styles. One style fits all just doesn't make sense for a shinobi. Naruto kept singing Hinata's praises. That's not even the best thing she's done for the Hyugas. She's only 1 or 2 steps away from getting rid of the cage bird seal. Obito wanted to jump for joy at hearing that. Oh thank God. That damn seal wasn't bringing anybody anything but misery and pain. Naruto put the scroll away. Guess I'll have to finish reading this later. Hinata-chan is waiting for me. Obito stopped him. Do me a favor and get Fu for me. She's the last one I've got to talk to specifically for the training this month. Naruto got Fu, who seemed pretty eager to talk to Obito. Hey, what V you got? Obito didn't know how to put this. Well Fu, since I've got no other way to say this I'm just going to put it bluntly. You're easily the weakest of the 3 remaining Jinchurikis. Fu didn't argue, it's not some big secret. I might be strong but I'm not anywhere near strong enough to take out Naruto or B. Obito was glad to see she wasn't going to be difficult about this. Well, I've spent as much time as I could spare trying to think of ways for you to improve your skills. At first, I couldn't think of much as I didn't know much about Chomei. However, once I was able to get some info on her, I found that Chomei has some abilities that you have hardly tapped into. The reason that you can use Dust Realce is because Chomei gives you access to both Earth and Wind Chakra. While I know you've learned plenty of Earth techniques, we haven't even begun to show you how to use Wind techniques. If we combined Wind Jutsus with your flying, you could do a lot of damage. Fu was already in. Great, what do I need to do? Obito already had someone picked out for teaching her. I'm going to have Asuma teaching how to use Wind Jutsu as fast as possible. Fu raised an eyebrow. Isn't his wife like 4 or 5 months pregnant? Obito had almost forgotten. That's why you'll be training in their backyard. You don't have a problem with that, do you? Fu didn't care. Training ground's a training ground. Anything else? Obito poured himself a drink, hard liquor to be exact. Thank God I can say yes. Finally time for me to get in on the fun. Rin heard her husband and grabbed him by the hand. Come on then, we haven't danced in ages, see you in the next one.